Hello, beautiful bunnies. This is your girl, Yvette B-Hair Guru, coming to you live and direct from Extensions Hair Studio in Roswell, Georgia, where we get it done. We give you the royal treatment. And today, I want to get into a topic that's very serious. That's why I'm up close and personal with you right now. The topic is Healthy Hair 101. I have to talk about this because all day long, me and my ladies here, we are doing extensions and we're running into these beautiful women and they have beautiful hair with their extensions. But when they take those extensions out, some of them are looking real suspicious by the head. So what we want to do here is we want to take all of the booger wolf out of your look after you've removed your extensions. We want you to have long flowing tresses or whatever you want. If you want to cut your hair or however you choose to rock it, once you take your extensions out, you have to have healthy hair. So that's what we want to talk about today. So what I've noticed is that I'm coming from another place. So I've been in Atlanta for a couple of years. And like I said, I see all these beautiful ladies, and when they have their hair in, they look fabulous. When they take it out, we have a lot of loss of hair around the edges. There's a lot of loss of hair from flat ironing and, putting heat on. Like sometimes you leave hair out in a certain area. So there'll be an excessive use of heat in that area, and that causes breakage when you'll notice, like if you take your hair down, the area that was out will be shorter than the area that was left up. So we have a few things we want to talk about. One is the obvious. To get your hair to grow, of course, you want to put good things in your body. You want to exercise, eat healthy, no preservatives, no additives, like fresh as possible. Everybody's heard the story on this already. It's like good things in, good things out. So everybody's heard that. Get your exercise, drink your water, take your vitamins. That's always a plus. Vitamin E is great. Biotin is great. Because that promotes healthy hair and skin. So you can definitely add that, and all the natural stuff, all your leafy greens and your colorful fruits and all of those things. You want to do that so that your skin and your hair is beautiful and healthy. So that's the obvious, right? Then we go into things that you can do at home to make sure that you maintain healthy hair that's underneath your hair extensions, as well as what's over the top of your hair extensions. Or even if you don't have hair extensions, this can apply to you also. So you definitely want to get yourself, listen kids, and listen well. Get yourself a 100% silk scarf. Not silky, not silk-ish, 100%, not shiny, shiny satin. That's not what you want. You want a 100% silk scarf to put on your hair every night. I don't care how horrible your hair looks when you lay down at nighttime. Put that scarf on. I know that sometimes we want to be cute and sexy and all that stuff, but find a way to wrap that hair up that's cute and sexy, honey, because every night you need to have that scarf on. That's number one, and it needs to be 100% silk. Second of all, we don't like our hair to be weighed down. We don't like our hair to be greasy, right? But we need moisture. So there are a few things you can use. I like to use vitamin E oil. You just need a dime size. You don't necessarily need it every day. That dime size, you're going to squeeze it into your hand. You're going to rub your hands together. You're going to put it on your hair. You're going to, get in there, rub it on. And then you're going to tie your hair up with your silk scarf. You can do this right before you get ready to go to bed. If you don't like vitamin E, it might be a little bit too heavy for you. You can also use argan oil, A-R-A-G-A-N or G-O-N. I'm not sure. This is not spelling. This is hair. You know what I mean? But get your argan oil. You can use that and put that on. That's like the latest thing. What's important is that you get something that doesn't just lie on top of your hair, but that penetrates your hair shaft and actually adds to the health and moisture of your hair. So what you want is a liquidy oil. They used to have this stuff called like Chemi oil. They have just hot 6 oil, but I like vitamin E. Oh, they also have like an essential fatty acids oil. That one's a good one too, so you can use that one. So you want to put that on your hair, a dime size, because you don't want it to be greasy. If you have a tendency toward dry hair, you might have to do it once every 3 days or so. If your hair tends to hold oil more, you might want to do it once a week. If you make a lot of oil in your own hair, you might not have to put oil on at all. Your hair just might make enough oil so that all you got to do is just tie it down with that silk scarf. Now, why the silk scarf, you ask? Let me give you the secret. The silk scarf is because silk holds the moisture. It's like giving yourself a conditioning treatment every night. It holds the moisture in your hair. It keeps your hair from scraping against that pillowcase that's cotton, because the cotton sucks all the moisture out of your hair, but the silk holds the moisture in. So that's what you want to do. You want to put something on your hair that's holding the moisture in. Again, not silk-y, but 100% silk. All right, so that's one thing you want to do. If you're getting extensions now, we have braiders that braid hair. Braiders, if you're watching this video, please be nice to the ladies. When you get around people's edges, you get around their hairline, you can't be pulling on the hair like it's the back or the crown. You have to be easy on these edges, because if you're not easy on these edges, pop, they come right out. You see the little tiny white bulbs. You see the white spots around the edges. You develop the bumps around the edges, and guess what? Those bumps become lost hair. So if you're noticing that when you're getting your hair braided, you're having all of these lift ups, you know, those bubbles that get on the edges. You're getting a lot of bumps around the edges. A few is natural, but especially around this hairline point, you really don't want that, because that means the hair is coming off. So just if you're in a chair and your braider is giving it to you, they're really getting in there. They're getting all your baby hairs. They got your eyelashes braided up in there. If they're getting you real tight, what you want to do is say, you know, can we maybe just ease up on the edges, because I'm kind of sensitive. And then, you know, if it needs to be a little bit tighter in the back, it's okay. But my edges, you got to preserve them. Okay, so that's the next thing. Next thing is use quality shampoos and conditioners on your hair. So I know that times are tough, but you can't be going to the dollar store and buying these dollar store shampoos and conditioners. They're not really doing you any good. I would recommend spending, you can even go to like these big discount stores. They have like high-end shampoos for a low price. Go in there and get your name brand stuff that you might pay $20 for in the store. You can go to a name brand store, like a bargain store, and you might find that same thing for like $5, $6. Invest in getting good shampoos and good conditioners. And it doesn't have to be ethnically correct. Meaning it doesn't have to have if you're a black person, there doesn't necessarily have to be a black person on the bottle for you to buy the shampoo. It doesn't have to be a label that you're familiar with in order for you to buy the shampoo. What you have to make sure of is that it has some redeeming qualities, especially for hair that tends to be more textured. You always want to use a moisturizing conditioner. If you have finer hair, it's okay to use some moisturizing.
And always use a conditioner that's some moisture in. A moisturizing conditioner. So again, I'm not naming names, but I like to use some stuff that starts with an R and ends with an N, and it adds a lot of moisture to the hair. So that's as close as I can give you. Also use leave-in conditioners. When you're shampooing, conditioning your hair, get a leave-in, a spray-in leave-in or ocean leave-in. Put that in your hair before you dry it. I would recommend that people don't go through your hair with the blow dryer with the comb on it as it's wet and just pull through the hair, because you're snatching out hair. And you'll notice that when you finish with the blow dry process, it's a whole bunch of hair on the floor. So you don't want to do that. You want to blow your hair out first. Pull your fingers through your hair, blow it, pull fingers through hair, blow it, get it 80% dry. And then use the comb on it or use a brush to brush through it. But get it mostly dry before you start doing that. You know why? Because your hair is in its weakest state when it's wet.
So get it a little bit dry first. Get it as dry as you can first, and then take the comb or the brush to it and then blow dry through it. So you're saving hair there. You're saving hair because you're tying your hair up. You're saving hair because you're not getting tight braids. You're saving hair because you're using good products. You're saving hair because you're not ripping your hair out every day. But I'm going to tell you something. These are just the basics I'm giving you today. But if you start off with that, oh, also, let's not forget the eating right and making sure that you're putting healthy things in. Water is so, so, so important. You can't get enough of that stuff. Vitamin E, the biotin. You can't get enough of that stuff. You know, love yourself and it'll come out through your hair. Also, one last pointer. The heat. You have to stay away. If you're at home, it's one thing if you're in the salon, your stylist is putting the heat on. You know what I mean? That your stylist is a trained professional. But we don't need these flat irons and pressing combs at home that are smoking hot. And every day you're pulling the smoking hot flat iron and pressing comb through your hair because you're going to burn it out. And burnt hair is the hardest hair to come back. When a hair is burnt, it takes way longer than if you pull it out. For some reason, I don't know why that is, but burnt hair is very hard to grow back. So make sure that when you are getting flat irons, you don't have to get the best ones. If you're at home, unless you're doing home hair, you don't have to have the most expensive one. Make sure your flat irons can get maybe 400 degrees. That's if you have thick hair. If not, you can go even less than that. Again, at these big discount stores, you can find those flat irons everywhere. And you don't need it smoking hot. If you've already been to the salon, which I recommend going to the salon, not doing hair at home. If you've already been to the salon, they've already gotten your hair pretty straight. So as long as you have something that can just maintain the straightness, doesn't even have to be smoking. But if it can maintain your straightness, you're winning. And then make sure that night you tie your hair up, you take your vitamins, you're drinking your water. If you have questions, you should be able to go to your hairstylist and say, hey, I have a question about this with my hair. Can you help me with this? If your hairstylist doesn't have answers for you, guess what, girl? You need to be going to somebody else. You need to be going to somebody who has answers for you, who can say, oh, yeah, this is this and that's that. Or come in and let me take a look at it. Because a hairstylist is only as good as the mistakes they can fix. So that's my opinion, of course, and this whole thing is my opinion. But anyways, try some of these tips that I've given you. I guarantee you will see results. Also, understand that when you're getting your hair extensions put in, it's going to hurt some. Braids hurt some. Pulling string through hair and needles through hair after it's tightly braided does hurt some. But if it's to the point where you can't sleep and you can't rest and all that, you might consider getting a little bit looser braids or different hair options. There are different ways to get extensions. It doesn't always have to be braids. So I'm going to leave this right here for now. If you have questions, please feel free to contact me. Yvette B-Hair Guru. I'm here. I'm on YouTube. I'm at extensionshairstudio@gmail.com. You can email me. I'm always open to answer your questions. I'm at facebook.com/Extensions Hair Studio. That's EXTENSIONSHAIRSTUDIO. Also on Twitter, twitter.com/Extensions Hair S. No TUDIO on the end. So holla at me. I'm here for you. Peace out. Mohair. Get the royal treatment because that's what's up.